Xbox finally delivered the upgrade we've been waiting for, but was it worth it? What is up, y'all? It's Ray, and this is my channel, Xbox Ready, where we get on and we talk about Xbox stuff. Now, guys, I'm gonna go back on something. I'm really sorry that I'm gonna have to do this. So, you know, a couple weeks ago, the gaming world was abuzz with a bunch of negative press following Xbox raising the prices on Game Pass Ultimate from $20 to $30. I made like 3 straight videos about it. Every freaking YouTuber, gaming content creator did. But after a certain point, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move forward with my life. I'm gonna stop talking about this because I wanna talk about other stuff. Well, unfortunately, guys, I gotta double back on that. I'm gonna talk a little bit about it again because, well, it's been a couple of weeks at this point, and now these changes that they were talking about, they are officially live. And yes, while the big news was, oh, Game Pass Ultimate going from $20 to $30, hidden amongst all that was some underrated cloud gaming news. Not only is Xbox Cloud Gaming, after years, officially out of beta, it's now a part of every single Game Pass tier. So Game Pass Core, $10, Game Pass, what is it, Premium in the middle, and of course Game Pass Ultimate. And on that Ultimate tier specifically, they promised the highest quality streams, 1440p, 60 FPS, and an improved bitrate, no queue times. So while yes, I was pretty upset about Ultimate going from $20 to $30, and, you know, I gotta admit, I did end up canceling my subscription. I have re-upped because I was interested to see how these upgrades would look. Is it worth that extra $10 a month? We're gonna find out together. Now, I've made a bunch of videos about Xbox Cloud Gaming over the past 4 years, and my opinion on it has been very up and down. I think it's a super cool concept. Ooh, play the latest games without having to buy a console. As long as you have an internet connection, you'll be able to play some super awesome games. But while it sounds good in theory, in practice, it doesn't always work out. Especially like a couple years ago, 2021, 2022, cloud gaming was just a gamble, man. Like sometimes you'd have a pretty decent experience, not great, and other times it was just absolutely unplayable. I still experience that time to time. I boot up a cloud gaming session or a remote play session, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty decent, this is passable. And then there are other times where I'm like, damn, why did I even try? Why do I continue to believe? And if you've been watching the channel for a while, you'll notice I do this thing. Anytime I want to illustrate that cloud gaming graphics are bad, I use this one specific clip like 95% of the time of me playing Immortals of Avium using the Xbox Cloud Gaming servers. It's this clip right here, and it's just, you cannot deny it, you cannot debate this. It looks just like absolute butt cheeks. It doesn't even look fully rendered. And I remember when I was recording this, I was having a hell of a time with the controller latency, which is, you know, quite a problem to have when you're playing this FPS. Now, not every game that you stream through Xbox Cloud servers is gonna look as bad as Immortals of Avium. Sometimes they look pretty dang good, like here's some footage of me playing Doom 2016, here's some footage of me playing Age of Mythology, here's me playing Black Ops 6, all of which look significantly better than that footage I use of Immortals of Avium. But when I'm trying to make the point, I want to make the point. Now, when I first saw that Xbox was officially making these changes, rolling out these upgrades, I was like, this is the perfect opportunity. I'm gonna take this old footage of Immortals of Avium looking like crap on the old Xbox Cloud servers and compare it to the changes that they made with 1440p, enhanced bitrate, the better frame rate, and it's gonna make for a great video. It's gonna make for some good content. We all win. So imagine my surprise when I boot up Immortals of Avium and I'm like, what the hell? This still looks terrible. What is going on? I'm pretty sure I just picked up from where I left off in that last session. I was like in the middle of a cutscene. I'm like, what the hell? Like these character renders just look like terrible. So I'm like, what's going on? Is this update actually live or is it being tested in the Insider Hub? What's the deal? So I read through this Windows Central article about it, and I go down a couple of paragraphs, and guess what? The upgrade right now is only available for 3 games. 3 games! Which you have got to be kidding me. I can only access the high quality streams if I play these 3 games, 2 of which are not even on the Game Pass library. Cyberpunk 2077 and The Witcher 3 you have to buy separately in order to see any benefits for this cloud gaming upgrade. If there's any evidence that this was a last minute thing that was sprung on Xbox by Daddy Microsoft, it's this. Like, I'm imagining someone from Microsoft like bursting through the room at Xbox headquarters, and they're like, you gotta make Game Pass a certain percentage more profitable, or else we're gonna cancel Game Pass, we're gonna cancel Xbox. And then the people at Xbox being like, no, what do we do? Guys, we gotta figure something out. Okay, I guess we can raise the price of Ultimate from $20 to $30, but people aren't gonna like that. I know, we're gonna throw in some stuff to make it worth that 10 extra bucks. Okay, well, how about we only make it so Call of Duty is on the Ultimate tier? But we need more stuff, we need more stuff. Okay, how about we throw in like Fortnite Crew and some old Ubisoft games? Dang, that sounds pretty good, but we need one more thing. Okay, how about we actually make cloud gaming usable, a cool thing, and we put it on the Ultimate tier? That's gonna be worth 10 extra bucks, right? Because in the wake of the price increases, the statement that they had was like, yeah, we raised the price, but we believed that we added the extra value in order to justify that price increase. One of those things being higher quality streams and shortened queue times to get into Xbox cloud gaming. But they didn't mention, oh, the higher quality streams are gonna be part of 3 games. No, of course that was not part of the marketing of it. So already I was pretty disappointed, but I was like, you know what? I've come this far. I wanna see what they've been cooking, so let me try it out. Luckily, I already own a digital version of Cyberpunk 2077 through Xbox, and I just love that game in general, so I was like, okay, let's fire up a cloud gaming session for Cyberpunk, see how it goes. Now, when I go to xbox.com/play and that cloud gaming dashboard is brought up, I can already start to see changes before I even start up Cyberpunk. There's now a new little icon that's like a little clock and then a 0 next to it, next to all of the games in my queue. That indicates, oh, I'm an Ultimate subscriber. I will have to wait 0 seconds in order to start playing this game through the cloud. It's an interesting change. Like, I can see how Xbox is going out of their way to, make me feel a little special, like they're giving me the fast pass over at Disneyland. But it's not necessarily something I ever had an issue with. I've never experienced like super long queue times in order to use cloud gaming. I've never been told like, oh, there's so many people trying to use our servers, you can't play this game through the cloud right now. I know that was an issue that they had run into, especially when Fortnite was added through cloud gaming. But in my personal experience, I've never had to deal with that. So the shorter queue times, that in and of itself is not worth the $10 price hike. So I click on Cyberpunk, I'm playing it instantly, no queue time, whatever. And even in just this little cutscene, it looks significantly better than Immortals of Avium. That's a given. But beyond that, I'm like, okay, I do notice a clear difference in terms of the visual fidelity, the bit rate, just the overall smoothness of the game stream. And what I was particularly impressed with, are you kidding me? And what I was particularly impressed with was the responsiveness of the controls. This is another issue with Xbox Cloud Gaming. There's always going to be some sort of controller latency. But when I booted up Immortals of Avium just a couple of minutes before this, just a little tap of the right thumbstick and my camera was like, woo! After a noticeable input lag. With Cyberpunk, when I started playing it, I was like, okay, there's like almost an imperceptible amount of lag. It's pretty responsive, and I just have a lot more control over my field of view. Keep in mind, I'm playing this right now on my laptop, which has a direct connection to my internet, and I'm also using better xCloud. That's why you can see in the top right that I'm achieving like a pretty consistent 60 FPS. Does it look as good as it would on my Series X? No. But as my play session dragged on 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, I was pretty impressed with how it was holding up. This game that is notoriously buggy, yes, it's old, but it's notorious for having these bugs. It was really smooth on these updated cloud servers. You can play through the entire game this way by streaming it on the Ultimate tier and have a pretty damn good experience. No crashing, no lagging, and at that 1440p resolution, it was looking pretty good on my monitor. Since I was on this topic anyway, just for fun, I wanted to see what The Witcher 3 stream quality was like. And I gotta say, it felt like it took a little bit for the stream to warm up. It didn't feel as nice as the Cyberpunk one. I don't know if it's because The Witcher 3 is an older game, or if Velen and Novigrad have just a lot more foliage than Night City, so maybe that's harder for the cloud streaming tech to render. But it didn't feel as nice, and I was also disappointed because my problems with the controller were back. I was having a hell of a time with the right thumbstick especially. Like right here, that second revolution of the camera around Geralt, I'm not touching the stick at all. That's just the game catching up to the previous motion that I was inputting. This made this fight against this random pack of wolves a lot harder than it needed to be. It was just weird, like the audio was out of sync. Again, it was hard to lock on and manipulate the camera. Attacks were delayed for me. But weirdly enough, as I kept playing, those controls seemed to smooth out a little bit more. I went into this wanting to judge the visuals of this, the graphics, the bitrate, but the controls made it hard to focus on that stuff, which was a shame. It's also confusing. It's the exact same configuration, same internet connection, same browser, Microsoft Edge. I also have the better xCloud extension. I'm just confused why my experience booting up The Witcher was so different and not as good as when I booted up Cyberpunk, which was pretty much perfect. So yeah, Cyberpunk was playing pretty well on Xbox cloud servers. Great. Is it worth $10? Probably not. Like if we're looking at it strictly from a cloud gaming perspective, if you go on over to Nvidia's website and look at the GeForce Now plans, their most expensive tier is $20 a month. And on that top tier, $20 a month, or you could pay $200 for the entire year, their streams go all the way up to 4K resolution, up to 240 FPS. Now again, that's just looking at the cloud gaming stuff. Obviously that $20 is not getting you a library of games like you would on Game Pass, and definitely not brand new games the same day that they come out. But I think it's important to know, especially if you are seriously considering cloud gaming being a part of your life, what else is out there and how it stacks up to what Xbox is trying to offer you. So while yeah, right now, better quality Xbox cloud gaming streams may not be worth an extra $10 a month, or maybe it will. I don't know how much you use cloud gaming, but for me personally, no. It makes me way more optimistic about what they can do in this cloud gaming space going into the future. It's almost like, okay, I know you guys can do it. I know that you guys can make cloud gaming an actual thing. And now that we've seen cloud gaming trickle down to these other tiers of Game Pass, as time goes on, maybe we'll start to see these other upgrades that they've made, 1440p resolution, the higher frame rate, trickle down as well and no longer be locked to the ultimate paywall. The quality of this stream should be a universal thing. Like this should be the standard. This should be the experience that you associate with the This Is an Xbox campaign. Like you boot up the Xbox app on a Samsung TV or the freaking car that they just put it on. This is what people should be experiencing, not the old cloud gaming. It's a way better representative of the brand, and it just makes more sense with what Xbox is trying to pull off right now, which is, oh yeah, a phone can be an Xbox, a laptop can be an Xbox, everything can be an Xbox. They've gotten a lot of flack for that, but with stream quality like this, that doesn't sound like such a far-fetched idea, especially as they start to integrate all of the other stuff from your Xbox console experience, like your socials and game capture. So yeah, Xbox, keep doing the work on cloud gaming. Obviously, the story is Game Pass Ultimate, more expensive, which is a shame because the stream quality is actually significantly improved. Hopefully, fans will be able to get the best of both worlds, get those quality streams at a more reasonable price point per month. We have heard rumors about a cloud gaming only tier that is completely free and it's supported by ads. You'll be able to play games that you own through it. It's something I hope that they focus on, they keep working on. They need cloud gaming now more than ever, especially in this world where there are $800 to $1,000 Xboxes. Anyways, guys, that's all the Xbox stuff I have to talk about today. Thanks so much for joining me for another edition of Xbox Ready. If you made it this far into the video, consider subscribing. We'll see you in the next one.